The harvest home. The harvest home. You can't be serious. I hear you all saying. Well, yes, I am serious. There's a lot to learn in this tune. One day, probably, at some point, you're going to hear a fantastic rendition, which will make you change your mind about the tune, because right now you think, oh, it's a hackneyed tune, it's a beginner tune. In my case, after years after having abandoned the tune, I heard Paddy Killoran's recording of it. And wow, what a fantastic, fun thing he makes of the tune. And you might hear Paddy Keenan or other pipers borrowing from Johnny Doran and having a whale of a time with the tune. And you think, wow, it is a great tune. So look, it's a tune that everybody needs to be able to play, so you might as well be able to play it well. And even as a very straightforward, simple hornpipe without any flashy bits or crazy variations, it can be a lot of fun. The thing is, you have to play it with a good rhythm, of course. And there's a lot of little points of technique to observe. Let's just start off. I've got into the habit of missing out some of the A's I'm not playing. So you can do that if you like, but let's just go. Now here, technical point number 1. You change bellows direction for the E on the way up and the way down. And you give the E less weight than the push notes. Dum-ti-dum-ti-dum. So practice this ad nauseam. Yum-ti-tum-ti-tum-ti-tada. So. Get a good swing here. And make the top notes jump out. Play it ad nauseam as a loop. Run down in the simplest form. You'll need to change hand position once. You could do this, I suppose. I find it easier to go. Change from my first to my second. So that's the simple form. If you chuck in a half measure of triplets. Or a full measure of triplets. And you can vary those 3 ways of playing it. Sometimes. And you can also throw in use the outer row F sharp for the last triplet to give yourself a bit of a break from ins and outs if you need it. I think I prefer the more percussive sound of a push-pull there. Anyway, so we've got repeat. Use the triplet start again if you like. And you repeat. Now we come to the second part, and it starts. I'm using a simplified version here of playing just 3 notes on the A. You could use one finger. But what I like about using two fingers, you get better control over the rhythm and also the emphasis I found. The staccato-ness or the legato-ness. And then we're back to. Try to use triplets. Now there's a lot more could be said, a lot more variations could be shown with this tune, but there's a few basic things for you to practice. Remember, rhythm is the king. If you play this with a good rhythm, people enjoy it. If you just turn it out, dum dum de dum de dum de dum de da 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 da, then people will cover their ears and run. But you can make it into a fun thing with the proper rhythm. Okay? So, first point to remember. Proper emphasis there. Second point. Get a good swing there. Use variations for the rundown. And Bob's your uncle. And the second part. Now these are not the only two ways of dealing with these phrases, but they're good enough to be working on. Da-da-dum. Or let's play it a few times together, all right? And I'll try and keep a steady pace, and you can play along with me. Here we go. So there, I probably didn't keep to a steady speed, sorry. But learn all those bits of technique, have fun with the tune if somebody pulls it out of the session, and remember that all the little technique things that we worked on there will come in useful in all kinds of other tunes as well.